there, this is Cinema Heads. Thanks for clicking. Today we're going to be reviewing Deadpool 2. My name's Matt, and I'm here with my main man,
JP,
Adrian,
Jonathan.
Now, if you've never seen one of our videos and you don't know what we do, there's going to be a huge spoiler alert, because we are going to be reviewing in depth Deadpool 2. If you have not seen the movie, get on your two legs, get out to that movie theater, and watch this movie. So the first thing we're going to talk about, JP, do you feel that this movie could have been better than the first one?
Personally, I liked it better than the first movie. It was very similar, honestly, but they introduced new characters. Cable was great, of course, and they introduced Juggernaut into the Marvel Universe with this one, which I was really happy with because I like that character. But overall, I thought the movie was really good, and I did enjoy it more than the first one.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the second one was better than the first one for sure. The characters were all great. It was really funny. They took some of the jokes from the first one, remixed it in the second one, I feel like, and it was hilarious. I do think it was better than the first one for sure.
I thought there was a lot more action in this one than the first one.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
was a lot of action.
I didn't really like. I liked the first one, right? But I didn't like that when the trailer came out for the first one, they showed the whole highway scene. I didn't like that at all.
They did.
Oh yeah, they showed the whole scene.
They kind of ruined that whole scene for you through the trailer.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of trailers do. They ruin at least one really good scene to draw you into it. So, I mean, it is kind of a sucky thing that you know, it's what they do. So the characters, as he brought up, we did see the introduction of Cable. We did see the introduction of Juggernaut. We saw some of our favorite characters coming back as Colossus comes back. But the fact they keep leaving other X-Men out of this movie, do you think this is a snub to the movie Deadpool, or is there just not a budget for extra characters to be in this movie?
Well, they did bring in the character. I mean, it was like a quick cameo. But
This is a quick split second.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought the characters that they put in the movie, they utilized them like really well. I thought Domino was great. Obviously, like you said, Cable, Josh Brolin played Cable great. And as far as like the snubs, like I don't need to see a whole lot more X-Men in a Deadpool movie, especially since they're doing X-Force. Like, I feel like I don't really need any more X-Men movies. Especially, they're doing another X-Men movie soon anyway,
Yeah.
the Phoenix movie, I guess. But I felt like all the characters that they used were great.
Well, and I feel like it has a lot to do with the fact that Fox used to have all the rights to the X-Men characters, and now that Disney owns Fox movies as well, we'll probably see more of the X-Men characters in the future in the Deadpool movies, and there'll be more probably in the Marvel movies as well. But I think that's a big part of it, and that's why I don't think they were trying to snub the Deadpool movie or have anything to do with that. I think it's more about who owns the rights and what studios own the characters and stuff like that. But now that Disney pretty much owns everything, it'll probably be more included. So.
Or might see Mickey Mouse come in there and try to fight Deadpool at one time. So, the thing that bothers me about the characters, I love the characters, don't get me wrong, but the thing that drives me insane is Colossus never gets out of his armor. There is not a comic book that you read, there's not another movie you see, there's not a cartoon that you watch where Colossus is always silver. I mean, he's got to be a hot, sweaty man in that silver armor never coming off. Does that bother anybody else, or is it just me?
I didn't know that was armor.
Oh, he changes it into metal.
Yeah,
So
he
is
does.
it like a suit or
He's a human, and his
Yeah,
ability
it's
is
him.
to turn into the metal.
Yeah, like, have you seen the first 3 X-Men movies? He's in it.
Yeah,
He's a
turns.
skinny, small
Yeah,
dude,
he
right?
just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they tried to play it off like that's just how he is all the time,
Yeah.
instead of making it the character where that's his superpower. So I think that's kind of where they're going with this character. They're just making it to where he's that way all the time.
Yeah, at first it did bother me, but I'm guessing it bothered me because when I was younger, we watched the X-Men cartoons, and like I said, the first 3 movies, they had that. But after watching, I don't know, after watching the second one, I didn't really notice it or care as much as I did in the first one.
So, we touched base about the characters. Now let's kind of dig into the plot of Deadpool 2. The main plot is him trying to save this kid to seem to make face of losing his girlfriend. Once again, spoiler alert if you have not seen it. So we do lose the girlfriend. Now, do we feel that the plot was taken out of context for vulgar humor? Do you feel like the plot was more upfront, or was more of this is kind of a backstory to our vulgar humor?
I feel like it was more up front.
Like the plot came first.
Yeah,
and
the plot came
humor
first, and then the humor.
Yeah, well, the first one was so vulgar, at least what we all did when we saw the first one, that when you put out the second one, you have to, like, top. Like, as far as the jokes go and the vulgarness of the movie, you have to take it to another level. I feel like if you just would have done the same thing, or it wasn't more vulgar than the first one, I don't know if people would have liked it as much, I guess.
Could see that.
Personally, I thought the story was pretty good. The comedy fit in well with the storyline, so it wasn't like it overshadowed the story. Like it was still connected to the plot. It didn't go too far out of the way. It wasn't too much of a stretch, in my opinion. I thought it fit well. But
Yeah, I thought it was good.
We also had the introduction, slightly, of the X-Force.
Yep.
Unfortunately, none of the X-Force makes it out of the movie, except for Domino. Do we feel like there will be an X-Force movie, and if so, how, with all the X-Force already taken out? Because a lot of those characters in the X-Force are in the comic book also, part of the actual X-Force.
Well,
Go ahead. Weren't they actually talking about the next movie being straight X-Force?
yeah, I think it's even called Deadpool X-Force. I think. I could be wrong, but the last thing I saw, it was like that was going to be part of the title. Well, how many characters? There's Deadpool, Cable, Domino, Fire Fist, and was it just a 4?
Unless we're counting.
Colossus. Then Colossus, he was going to stay with them.
Yeah.
Colossus,
So-
they're probably going to have the teen...
The two teams.
The two teams.
girls.
Yeah, they'll probably be in the third one, but it looked like that was going to be the group now, like moving forward, was those 5 characters. So I mean,
do you feel like this was a way to get some of the comic book characters out of the way so we don't have to hear, oh, this is not what happened in the comics?
well, yeah, because the characters that they killed off, did anyone really care to have those characters like in the group? You know, so they did it. They killed those off, then they kept the 5, and then in the next movie, hopefully they can add or whatever that they plan on doing. But like the characters that they killed off, I didn't really care for them, to be honest with you.
no, I feel like they were a lot of them were just there for the comedy relief part of the movie, and I feel like it was just kind of an introduction to the X-Force as a team, and then they'll probably build on it in the third movie and make it like more of a actual team instead of just kind of a funny side plot to this movie.
Yeah.
So even in this movie, Deadpool makes fun of the huge CGI fight that we're about to see between Colossus and Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're both CGI, they're both voiceovers. Is that what we're looking for, or do we want more live action? How did you feel about that CGI fight?
Well, the characters themselves are so big,
Yeah.
so I feel like the CGI was the way to go. And if we're gonna keep going that way, I don't mind, because I mean, normal humans aren't gonna be that big.
Yeah. I mean, they tried to do Juggernaut in the third X-Men movie, and it looked like
It was
crap.
god awful.
It looked horrible. So like this Juggernaut looked way better, and obviously like their fight, the way Deadpool like introduced that they were about to fight, it was fun to watch, and it's supposed to be like funny at the same time. So the fact that it was CGI, like it made sense. You know what I mean?
Well, Marvel in general, their CGI has gotten so good to where the fights just look amazing regardless. I don't know. I think the way they do it, it looks really good, whether it's CGI or live action. So I think it's good either way.
It'll always be a mixture of like real action scenes to the CGI, and I felt like Deadpool did good of doing both.
Do we see Juggernaut returning? Now, after the fight, we did see how he got electrocuted. He fell into the pool. He's not dead. He gets out at the end.
Yeah, he gets out there.
Do we see him in Deadpool 3 in the X-Force?
I would think so, because he'd probably be part of the enemy team that the X-Force is gonna fight.
You
At
think
least
he's
you
going
would
to be
hope
the
so.
main bad guy, or do you think he's just going to have another cameo?
I don't think it would be the main.
Yeah.
Be the main bad guy?
I don't know. But it would be cool to see him again because I mean everyone. I don't know too many people aren't a fan of Juggernaut, and it was cool to like see him in that movie, like when they revealed who it was. So I'm hoping he's in the next one for sure.
Besides, they gotta do him some justice after the X-Men movie because that
Oh,
was
yeah.
just terrible.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, it started good, and then like you know, that was a way better showing for him in this movie than that last one for sure.
They pushed him down so far in those Deadpool movie or those X-Men movies. I'm amazed he made it back to Deadpool.
Yeah, I was I was like hoping it was him when they like wouldn't show who it was, and I was like trying to think. For some odd reason, I thought the Blob Was it gonna, you know what?
So this is a great movie. We all can agree on that. But is this a great superhero movie? Is it gonna peak the Civil War, the Infinity Wars, all the great Marvel movies so far? The Iron Man 1, not Iron Man 3 because nobody even knows that existed. But is this a great superhero movie?
Well, JP made a good point. That's like a sub. We have that, the Disney, the Civil War, the Avengers, and then like Deadpool's in its own kind of, like, I still would count it as a superhero movie, but I just wouldn't mix the two together.
So he's the anti-superhero to our superhero movie.
I mean, I guess you could say that. I mean, the movie's are rated R. You know, it's completely different from what you get from the other movies. But like, I would, if I was to rate that movie with the other ones, it would be in the top 5 for sure, because I think Deadpool's that good. But I don't know, but if they compare very well.
Well, they're almost kind of like a comedy version of a superhero movie. So it's like, this is the kind of the movie that if you want to go to the theater and have fun, or if you just want to go laugh, this is a great movie to see. But it's not meant to be taken seriously. I mean, Deadpool doesn't take himself seriously as a character, so that's just kind of...
Okay, so we're going to go on a little bit different of a journey, okay? We're going to rank it first, and then we're going to see what you guys give it from 1 to 10 chimichangas.
Okay.
So where would you rank this in just superhero movies?
Okay, so I'll do top 3. So I'm gonna go Captain America, The Winter Soldier. I think that's the best one still. And then I'll go the Avengers, Infinity Wars, or I'd go that second. Then I'd probably go Deadpool third.
Deadpool 2 or 1?
Deadpool 2, and then probably Thor Ragnarok, and then Civil War.
Honestly, for me, it wouldn't even make my top 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a good movie and all, but I feel like, to me, Dark Knight's the best superhero movie.
Oh, okay. I was just doing Marvel.
That's my number 1. Yep. If you go with Marvel, I would probably put... I would probably say Guardians 2, the second one, is my favorite one. And then Civil War was great. Then I would probably put Infinity War up there as well. Those would be my top 3. And then I'd probably put the first Guardians up there as well, because I thought that was a great movie.
You think that was better than Deadpool 1 and 2?
I do. I like those movies.
No, I think they're
Those
amazing.
movies are good,
Yeah.
and they're
But
funny.
Deadpool was great. I would probably put it somewhere just outside of my top 5.
I would go with Spider-Man 2. That'd be my first one.
That movie's great.
And then Logan. Logan. And then Deadpool 2. That's would be my top 3.
So it'd be your top 3?
Yeah.
Nice. I would definitely, probably wouldn't put it up there, just because I love Black Panther. I thought that movie was probably my second favorite movie. I mean, I love that movie. I loved how it came out. I loved how it presented. Infinity War, number 1, of course. You know, Black Panther, Civil War. They're all in there, but Deadpool would probably just be right out the cuspis of the top 5. So, on a rating of 1 chimichanga being the hottest pile of chimichanga crap you've ever witnessed, to 10 being the greatest chimichanga you ever had, Jonathan, 1 to 10 on the chimichanga rating.
I'm gonna give it 8 chimichangas.
Adrian,
Out of
1 to 10.
8.5.
8.5 chimichangas.
chimichangas.
Did you eat the 9? Did you eat the 9 chimichanga?
Yeah, I ate half. I'm hungry.
He's hungry.
I'd give it a solid 7.
Solid 7. I would probably have to be somewhere within that 7 to 8 range also. Like I said, it was a good movie. Alright, let's go with the 8 chimichangas.
There we go.
I'll be with the 8 chimichangas. Going into Deadpool 2, is there any final thoughts, Jonathan?
No, I mean, I just thought it was a really good movie. Enjoyed it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it to anyone who, like you said, it's just a fun movie. Like, even if you don't pay attention to Marvel movies or anything, it's still would be a great movie to go watch for sure.
Yep, I would definitely recommend it as well. I think the reason why these movies work so well, honestly, is because Ryan Reynolds plays the character so well.
He does. He does.
And you can tell he cares about the character and how it goes on the movie theater, and I think he just does a great job with it, and that's what really makes the movies for me.
He does. This is his second attempt at Deadpool, and it seems like he is really nailing it, and he had dropped that whole Baraka stuff.
Technically, it's his third attempt. But yeah, we'll just
Baraka.
pretend like that never happened.
Oh,
Baraka
he went back in time.
Oh, that's right. He did go.
He did. He did go back in time, and he killed out Baraka Pool.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great review of Deadpool 2. Once again, I am Matt, followed with my friends JP, Adrian, and Jonathan. Together, we are Cinema Heads, and of course, this video is BOOM! Done! Hey there! See, you clicked on Cinema Heads. Why don't you keep on clicking by clicking that subscribe button and that notification button. Boom! Done.